So today we're going to do a fun little exercise where I'm going to go over some emails that landed in my spam folder and we'll tear those down. We'll figure out what's wrong with those emails and how to write them better. So let's start. This is the first one from Calendar AI. Now this company is notorious for sending a large volume of spam. And, this is just from looking at this email, I can tell this is all just AI written gibberish. Like these hyphens are a dead giveaway. These M dashes, this is a dead giveaway. This is all AI written gibberish. What's worse, they haven't even formatted it properly. There's my name is highlighted, the hi is highlighted. And working closely, I don't know who this person is. And like this email just doesn't belong in the inbox. And the Google algorithm, it sniffed it out, right? It didn't send it to my inbox. So let's go through the email and see how you would change this. I'm Rebecca, Director of Sales, working closely. I don't know this person, so bad idea, name dropping them. Reputation for transforming revenue growth through innovative sales enablement caught our attention. Focus on scaling and prospect. Again, doesn't really say anything. This, even if you're talking to high level executives, your goal with an email should always be to simplify. This sentence tells me nothing. It's 20 words wasted on saying absolutely nothing. Next, we've prepared an exclusive proposal for you, leveraging the AI platform to automate meetings. Leaders like Bruce Merrill from Cleverly, okay, this is a company I know, Brandon Fu, Paragon, don't know them, 20 qualified meetings per month. So this is their offer. They have a proposal, they're going to get me 20 qualified meetings per month. Given your expertise, we'd love to tailor this for Hyperke. Again, another AIM dash, 10 spots remain, current cohort, fake urgency. Would a 15-minute chat make sense to amplify a pipeline? So number one, the length of this email could be reduced by as much as 80% if you just cut out the fluff from here. Those are the low-hanging fruits. Cut out the fluff, make this 80% shorter, remove all the formatting, make all of this relatable, make all of this relevant to me. Right? Use relevant personalization. Don't start with talking about yourself. I don't care who you are, Rebecca. So this is going to be like this. If you're talking about emails from level 1 to level 5, this is level 5 level of bad. Like this should never, ever. If you're a salesperson or if you're a founder and you're trying to send emails like this, do not send these emails. These will go to spam. And the only way you can make this strategy work if you do tremendous volume. Otherwise, it does not make sense, makes zero sense to be sending emails out like this. Let's look at the next one. Let's look at this one, Hyperke plus top 10 companies to watch. So just from the subject line, it looks like they might have done some research. Let's see. Again, fluff, I trust my email. You don't need to say this, skip this. Make it short. Remove this. I'm reaching out because you are a decision maker at Hyperke. Would you be interested in being featured in VentureBeat magazine, one of the top 10 AI companies to watch? These two sentences are not necessary, right? You don't tell a decision maker you are a decision maker. That just does not make sense. Just lead with your offer. Say, would you be interested in being featured in VentureBeat magazine as one of the top 10 AI companies to watch in 2025? This is a good offer because I would like to be featured. Now, is it unique? No, because you get pitches. If you're a business owner, you get pitches from PR companies wanting to feature you on magazines, lists, events, and for a cost, right? So they charge you a cost. You respond to those emails, and I've tried doing that. Attend the conference, or to become a premium supporter, or to become a sponsor, or whatever, and then that's paid publicity. And if you don't do that paid publicity, that's like spend that money on ads, you're probably going to sign more clients from it, or run cold email campaigns using that money. So that's probably what the pitch is going to be. This offer is not unique, but it's a good offer. For someone who hasn't seen it, it's a good offer because they would at least respond. Some notable AI companies trust our PR solutions. Edgeworth, okay, they've name dropped some companies. Happy to share more details. Branding fees apply. So they probably say this to filter people who are looking to get this done for free. Looking forward to your thoughts. Now, follow up as well. So I hope you're well. Again, fluff needs to be cut out. Wanted to check your thoughts on my previous email about getting featured in the top 10 AI companies to watch in 2025, which we're curating for VentureBeat. This is a high visibility. Again, too much fluff, not even interested. Quick refresher on VentureBeat. If I did not read your first email, I'm not going to spend more time reading your 200-word follow-up. The follow-up should just be, still interested in getting featured at VentureBeat, and then tell me there's 5 other people who recently opted in, or give me an actual deadline. Tell me, this is when the conference is. If you're interested, let me know because we need to write stuff, and give me a reason for that urgency. To rewrite this email, what you would do is delete these 2 sentences. I have to say, would you be interested in being featured in VentureBeat magazine as one of the top 10 10 AI companies to watch in 2025. Now, this is not relevant to us because we're not really an AI company. So their targeting needs to be better, which is one of the reasons their email landed in spam. Because if they send it to me, they probably sent it to dozens of other businesses that are not AI companies. They mark their email as spam, which is why it landed here in my spam box. Otherwise, offer, social proof, open to learning more, and then I would still leave this in. I would remove all formatting here so you can tell that this is formatted as Times New Roman. You don't want to include any formatting. The signature looks different from the main body. Again, some people might be thrown out by this. And they've included 2 links here. Bad idea. Do not ever include links in your cold emails. That's also one of the reasons this email went to spam. For your follow-ups, keep them short. Just provide more context and don't bother with following up too much. Like if someone's not interested of the first one after your first email, use the second email to either soften the ask or give them additional context, right? Let's look at the next one. So this one, they sent it without a subject. I don't know if this was an error or if this was a tactic, but okay. I won't judge you on the subject line. With the subject line, you don't need to overthink these. Just keep it vague. Keep it, 1 to 3 words. Keep it vague and try to use things that people would open just because they're not sure if it's sales, if it's internal, if it's colleagues sending it to them. That works best. Now, this email does a few things right. One is this is all plain text, no fancy formatting like this one or this one, right? So each email, it gets consecutively better. Plain text, it's shorter than all the emails we reviewed previously. And, it has, instead of an unsubscribe link, it uses text unsubscribe. So all of those are good things to do. That's exactly how you should be structuring your emails. Let's go through the body. Hello, Adishay. So you might be the person to reach at Hyperke and thought you'd be the best person to connect with. Again, they were trying to use AI to do some kind of personalization, but they failed, right? So this is, ideally, they should have said, reaching out to you because of something I posted or something I did. But now you're saying, so you might be the person to reach and thought you'd be the best person to connect with. It's both saying the same thing. So you're saying the same thing twice in one sentence. AI generated gibberish. We recently helped Cloudflare achieve 24 appointments over a 3-month period and 1.5 million revenue, boosting a 60% conversion rate on leads, partnering with them to implement our in-house system that's enabled them to secure 6-figure prospects through prospecting tactics centered around education. It does 2 things well and it does 2 things terribly. Number 1, it gives you social proof. Number 2, it quantifies social proof and provides a unique. And number 3, bonus, it provides a unique mechanism. Now, the 3 things it does terribly is 1, it makes the social proof confusing. 2, the sentence is way too long. No one's going to read this whole sentence in one breath and be able to figure out what's happening. And 3, it is offering the wrong thing to the wrong person. We are a lead gen company. We don't need another company to come in and generate leads for us. So this is bad targeting. And then finally, if we can do the same for Hyperke with a 100% guarantee, could we schedule a short call sometime this week? This is weak because what is the 100% guarantee means nothing. What are you guaranteeing? Are you guaranteeing performance? Are you guaranteeing that you'll do the work? Are you guaranteeing that we'll get the leads? Are you guaranteeing that you'll take my money and then I'll never hear from you? What is it that you're guaranteeing, right? So again, this email is better than all the 3 we reviewed previously, but there's still a lot of room for improvement. Let's look at this one. Oh my God. So this is interesting. It's using all kinds of formatting. And then this is a 1-sentence email where it says, hi there, could you please let me know if sending a proposal to this email is appropriate? I got your address via LinkedIn. So absolutely zero personalization. All he's doing is taking a bunch of email addresses, sending everybody exactly the same email. And because it's a 1-sentence email, I'm sure a lot of people might respond saying, yeah, this is the appropriate email. That's it. This is not a good cold email. It's sent using a gmail.com address. The subject line, content of interest. This looks like it's written by a non-native English speaker. And I would not encourage you to send emails like this. 1-sentence emails work well if they are super specific or if they hint at some context, right? If there's underlying context that your prospect will understand. Something random and vague like this, can I send a proposal to this email? This will not get your responses, or this might get your responses because, it's a simple email, but it'll land you in spam because you can't really vary this sentence much. And after people start marking you spam, the ESPs, Google and Outlook, they'll figure it out like this and they'll send all of your emails to spam. Let's look at this last one. Okay, so this is reply with yes or no. Interesting subject line. At least this tells me, I can see if it's This first, I know this is a marketing email because it says reply with yes or no. Second, some people might be interested in reading it because they're like, okay, you know what, it's an easy thing to do. So again, not very opinionated on subject line. I'll stick to what I always say, which is just keep it simple with subject lines. 1 to 3 words, make it something that looks like it might have been from a colleague, or something that might have been an internal email, or something vague that doesn't really give away what you're doing but is also relevant, so that when they read your email and go back to the subject line, they don't think you've tricked them into opening the email. Okay, let's go through the email. So formatting looks okay. Length is too much, needs to be cut short by at least 60%. But let's see. If you've got any new development work on your roadmap, we'd love to offer you 40 free hours to test our team before exploring the possibility of working together more closely. No catch, easy way to show you what we can do across all of these things. Yeah, if you're interested, reply with the yes, no, maybe. Right. So the call to action is simple. The offer is really good. So 40 free hours to test our team before exploring the possibility of working together more. That's a solid, rock solid offer, because if someone were in the market looking for development work, they are going to give them a shot. Like, they are going to respond to this, at least to learn more, and they are going to look the company up and try to figure out what they do. This is also sent using Salesforce, so I'm pretty sure this is an SDR, sales rep, that's sending these. The one thing that I would change here would be targeting. So instead of just blasting this email to anyone and everyone, like, we don't have any jobs posted that indicate that we need development work. We have absolutely zero intent signals out there that point to the fact that we might be looking for developers or someone to build an app or a website. So that tells me this is just a pray and pray email, which is why it landed in spam. This exact template was probably sent to tens of thousands of people with zero customization, except for the first name. So the one thing that I would change here is improve targeting, reach out to the right people, and then talk about the right capabilities based on who you're reaching out to. If you're reaching out to marketing agencies, for example, talk about NA10, talk about automations, talk about dashboards that you can build for them. If you're reaching out to software companies, that's when you want to talk about the tech stack they might be using, right? So if it's an AI company, talk about AI ML. If it's a company that does, cloud hosting stuff, talk about cloud AWS. Personalize the email to the target audience instead of blasting it. I don't know for sure if this will work, but it's easy enough for people to say yes, no, or maybe. The email is not super long, considering 3 sentences are just spent explaining this, and the offer is solid. So if someone were in the market, like, they're very likely to say yes to it. So of all the emails that we reviewed, they kept getting better. So the first one was level 5, terrible email, then level 4, level 3, level 2, and this one's level 1. Again, level 1 is not perfect. This is still level 1 of bad emails, so you can still improve it. And, if you improve, if you write really good emails, they will not land in spam in most cases, right? And email copywriting is more than just the copy. It's also about targeting, because you're targeting your list determines what copy you write. If this email was sent to the right list with just this offer, nothing else, simple call to action, and just this offer, this campaign would kill it. Like, if you had a list of people who in the market for development work, this offer would kill it. Most of them will respond positively or asking for more info, and then after that, you can follow up with them, do good work, do a good pilot, and convert them. I hope this whole teardown is helpful. If you have questions, leave them down in the comments, and I'll see you in the next one.